Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Sarosh and I am a foundation level student at Rehan School, F8 campus, Islamabad. So today is my fourth ChatGPT and my topic is bye bye. So let's start. Hello ChatGPT, can you listen me?
Yes, absolutely, Sarosh. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm really glad you're here, and I'm ready to help with your topic on bye bye. What exactly would you like to discuss or work on within that theme?
Okay ChatGPT, I have some questions for you. Can you tell me that?
Of course. Ask away. I'm here to help with any questions you have, whether it's about your topic or anything else you're curious about.
Okay, so let's start it.
Sounds great. Go ahead and ask your first question, and we'll dive in from there.
Okay, so my first question is for you is that what does bye bye means?
That's a really good place to start. So, bye bye is basically a casual or informal way of saying goodbye. It's often used in everyday conversation, especially with kids or in a friendly setting. It just kind of softens the farewell. Does that make sense?
Okay, that's a great answer. So ChatGPT, can you tell me that when do people say bye bye?
Yeah, absolutely. People say bye bye in lots of different situations. For example, when they're leaving at the end of a phone call, after a visit, when a child is going to bed, or even just in a casual farewell between friends. It's really common and versatile.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that is bye bye formal or informal?
Great question. Bye bye is definitely informal. It's more relaxed and friendly. So, in formal settings like a professional meeting or a business email, you'd usually just say goodbye or something more formal.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question is that why do people say bye bye?
That's a really interesting one. People say bye bye for a few reasons. Sometimes it's just a habit, or it feels kinder and softer, especially with kids. And, it's a way to make a departure feel a bit warmer or more personal rather than abrupt.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that what is the difference between bye and bye bye?
Sure. So, bye is a simple, quick way to say farewell, kind of neutral and pretty common. Bye bye, though, is more playful or affectionate. It often has a bit more warmth, especially in casual or family settings. So, it's really just about tone and context.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is for you is that can bye bye be used in professional setting?
Generally, I wouldn't recommend it in professional settings. In a workplace, it's usually better to stick to something like goodbye or have a great day. Bye bye can come off as too casual or even a bit childish in a formal context.
Okay, nice. So my next question is for you is that how do children use bye bye?
Great question. So, kids often use bye bye as a natural early word when they're learning to speak. Parents or caregivers usually say it to them, and they pick it up as a sweet, simple goodbye. So, it's kind of comforting and easy for them.
Okay, nice. So my next question is for you is that is bye bye polite?
That's a bit different. Bye bye itself isn't necessarily impolite, it's just informal. It really depends on tone and context. If you say it warmly, it's fine, but you probably wouldn't use it if you're trying to be especially polite or formal.
Okay, that's a great answer. So ChatGPT, can you tell me that when should you avoid saying bye bye?
Yeah, for sure. You'd want to avoid saying bye bye in formal business meetings when you're addressing someone you don't know well, or in any situation where you need to keep a more professional or respectful tone. In those cases, just a simple goodbye or have a nice day is better.
Okay, my next question is for you is that can tone change the meaning of bye bye?
Absolutely. Tone makes a huge difference. If you say bye bye in a cheerful, upbeat way, it feels warm and friendly. But if you say it with a flat or abrupt tone, it could sound dismissive or even rude. So, tone definitely shapes how it's perceived.
Okay, that's a great answer. So my next question is for you is that what are some alternatives of bye bye?
Good one. So, some alternatives could be just goodbye, see you later, take care, or even something like farewell if you want to be more formal. It all depends on the vibe and the situation.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that is bye bye used worldwide?
Yeah, it is. Bye bye is pretty universal. Lots of languages and cultures have their own version or similar phrase, and people often adopt bye bye as a kind of global, familiar farewell, especially in informal settings.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that how do different cultures say bye bye?
Great question. So, different cultures have their own ways. For example, in Spanish, people often say adios or hasta luego. In French, they might say au revoir. In Japan, people often say sayonara. So each language has its own distinct farewell, and sometimes it depends on the situation, like a casual or formal goodbye.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that can gestures replace saying bye bye?
Yeah, absolutely. So instead of bye bye, you can use phrases like see you, take care, catch you later, or even until next time. These all kind of fit into different contexts, just like bye bye does.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that can gestures replace saying bye bye? And what gestures are used with bye bye?
Ah, got it. Yeah, guess is a bit different. It's not really a direct replacement for bye bye, but if you want to soften or add a little uncertainty, you might hear something like, I guess I'll see you later, or I guess that's all for now. So it kind of works as a more tentative farewell, but it's not a direct replacement on its own.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that is waving common when saying bye bye?
Yeah, definitely. Waving is super common. People often wave their hand as they say bye, especially if they're leaving a room, getting in a car, or just saying a casual goodbye. It's a universal friendly gesture that goes really well with the word.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye be used in emails?
Yeah, it can, but it depends on how formal your email is. In a very casual or friendly email, like to a close friend, bye bye can work. But in professional or formal emails, it's better to stick with something like best regards or sincerely.
Okay, that's a great answer. So my next question is for you is that is bye bye used in texting?
Yeah, absolutely. Bye bye is really common in texts, especially when you're chatting with friends or family. It adds a casual, friendly tone, so it works really well for informal messaging.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that how do people say bye bye on the phone?
Yeah, for sure. On the phone, people often say something like bye bye with a smile or just a simple bye. Sometimes they'll add a wave if they're on video. It's usually a quick, warm sign off before hanging up.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that what is a formal way to say bye bye?
Yeah, definitely. A formal way would be to say something like goodbye, farewell, take care, or even I look forward to seeing you again. Those all keep it respectful and professional.
My next question is for you is that can bye bye be used in formal letters?
I'd say it's best to avoid it in formal letters. Instead, you'd want to use a phrase like sincerely, best regards, or kind regards. Those keep the tone professional and polite.
That's a great answer. So my next question is for you is that what is a casual way to say bye bye?
Yeah, a really casual way would be something like see you later, take care, or even just a quick bye. Those all keep it relaxed and friendly.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye be used in sarcastically?
Ah, good question. So in sales, you typically want to keep a more professional tone. Bye bye might come off as too casual or informal. Instead, you'd probably say something like thank you, talk to you soon, or have a great day.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that how do you respond to bye bye?
Yeah, sure. You can just respond with a simple bye, or take care, or even see you later. Basically, just mirror their tone. Keep it light and friendly if it's casual, or a bit more formal if needed.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that is it rude not to say bye bye?
No, not at all. Bye bye isn't inherently rude, it's just a bit informal. The key is really context. If you use it in a casual, friendly setting, it's perfectly fine.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye end a conversation politely?
Yeah, definitely. Bye bye can end a conversation politely, especially if it's a warm, casual chat. As long as your tone is kind, it's a sweet and friendly way to close things out.
Okay, nice. So tell me that what happens if you don't say bye bye?
Yeah, that's a good point. If you don't say bye bye or some kind of farewell, a conversation might just kind of fizzle out. It can feel abrupt or unfinished, so a quick goodbye usually gives the nice sense of closure.
So ChatGPT can bye bye express emotions?
Yeah, it can. So, depending on your tone, the context, or even your facial expressions, if it's in person, bye bye can express warmth, affection, or even a little sadness. It's pretty flexible emotionally.
My next question is for you is that how does body language affect bye bye?
Ah, that's a great one. Body language plays a huge role. For instance, a warm smile, a wave, or a nod while saying bye bye makes it feel more genuine and connected. On the other hand, if you just say it while looking away or being distracted, it might feel a bit rushed or cold.
So my next question is for you is that Can bye bye be used in storytelling?
Oh, absolutely. In storytelling, bye bye can add a sense of innocence, nostalgia, or finality, especially if it's a child's goodbye or a sentimental moment. It can really set a mood or mark a shift in the story.
ChatGPT, can you tell me that what role does bye bye play in communication?
Yeah, great point. Bye bye plays a role in signaling the end of a conversation, wrapping up a social interaction, and setting the emotional tone. It can soften the goodbye, express affection, or just provide a clear, polite closure.
Okay, that's a great answer. So, ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye improve relationships?
Yeah, it can. Using bye bye in a warm, friendly way can add a sense of comfort or closeness, especially with family, kids, or close friends. It kind of leaves the interaction on a positive note, which can strengthen the connection.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that how do friend say bye bye?
So friends often keep it really casual. They might just say bye, see ya, later, or even something playful like catch you later or talk soon. It's all about that relaxed, easygoing vibe.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that how do professionals say bye bye?
Yeah, sure. In professional settings, people usually say something like goodbye, best regards, or thank you at the end of a conversation. They keep it polite, concise, and professional, often with a follow up like, I look forward to hearing from you.
That's a great answer. So ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye be used in speeches?
Yeah, it definitely can. In speeches, bye bye might be used in a more personal, informal, or lighthearted way, especially if you're mapping up a casual talk or addressing a familiar audience. You just have to gauge the mood and setting.
Okay, nice. So my next question is for you is that how do celebrities say bye bye to fans?
Yeah, so celebrities often say bye bye in a really warm, personal way, like when they're waving to fans after a show or signing off on social media. They might pair it with a smile, a wave, or a quick thank you to keep that connection strong and kind.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye be used in songs or movies?
Oh, absolutely. Bye bye is super common in songs and movies. It often adds a nostalgic or emotional touch, like a farewell, a bittersweet goodbye, or a sign of closure. It really sticks in people's minds.
That's a great answer. So my next question is for you is that is bye bye always friendly?
Yeah, most of the time it is. Bye bye tends to have a warm, familiar vibe. That said, if it's used abruptly or in a harsh tone, it could come off as dismissive, but generally it's a friendly farewell.
So my next question is for you is that can bye bye be emotional or sad?
Yeah, definitely. When it's used in the right context, like a final goodbye, a farewell, or parting from a loved one, bye bye can carry a lot of emotion, even sadness, because it signals a meaningful end or transition.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that how has bye bye changed over time?
Yeah, that's really interesting. So, bye bye has kind of evolved with time. It used to be mostly a childlike or playful phrase, but now it's pretty universal. It pops up in casual speech, digital communication, and even entertainment. So, it's become a flexible part of everyday language.
Okay, that's a great answer. So ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye be used in different languages?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of languages have their own version. For example, in Spanish, it's adios. In French, it's au revoir. And in Italian, it's ciao. So, while the phrase changes, the idea of a casual goodbye is pretty universal.
Okay, so ChatGPT, tell me that can bye bye be used in different languages and what is the meaning of bye bye forever?
Yeah, so bye bye can be used in different languages just as a casual farewell, but each language has its own specific word. Now, when it comes to bye bye forever, it's more poignant. It's often used to mark a permanent goodbye, like a final farewell, so it carries a heavier emotional weight.
So my next question is for you is that can bye bye be used humorously?
Yeah, it can. In fact, bye bye is often used in a really gentle or soothing way when you're comforting someone, like a parent saying it to a child or in calming bedtime routines. So it can definitely be part of a more homely, comforting goodbye.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that how do people say bye bye in social media?
Yeah, on social media, people often keep it casual. Things like bye bye, see you soon, or take care in a post or a comment. And sometimes they'll add a waving emoji or a heart to give it a personal touch.
Okay, that's a great answer. So, ChatGPT, can you tell me what would communication be like without bye bye?
Ah, that's a really interesting thought. Without bye bye or any kind of closing, conversations might just fizzle out or feel incomplete. It would lack that clear signal that the interaction is done, so things might feel more abrupt or less emotionally satisfying.
So, my next question is for you is that how would animals say bye bye?
Ah, that's a really sweet question. Animals don't have words like bye bye, but they do have their own signals, like a wave of a tail, a chirp, a nuzzle. So, in their own way, they have their goodbyes, just not verbal ones.
So, ChatGPT, can you tell me that how would robots say bye bye?
Yeah, that's a bit different. Robots would probably rely on something like a programmed prompt, like goodbye or ending communication now, or even a quick audio cue. So it's more structured and less emotional, but it gets the job done.
ChatGPT, can you tell me that why is bye bye important in communication?
Yeah, it's really important because it gives a clear signal that an interaction is ending. It helps provide closure, sets expectations, and adds a sense of politeness or emotional balance. So both people know the conversation is coming to a close.
Okay, that's a very good answer. So, ChatGPT, tell me that how do people say bye bye in different situations?
Yeah, it really depends on the situation. In casual settings, people might just say bye or see ya. In formal contexts, they might say goodbye or take care. With kids, it might be bye bye. And on the phone or in emails, people often choose something simple and clear like talk to you soon or best regards.
So, ChatGPT, can you tell me that can bye bye sound rude in some contexts?
Yeah, it definitely can, especially if it's said abruptly or with a dismissive tone. In formal settings or serious conversations, it might come off as too casual or even a bit cold. So context really matters.
My next question is for you is that what tone makes bye bye sound friendly?
Yeah, a warm, cheerful tone really makes bye bye sound friendly, like a smile behind the words. If it's soft, upbeat, and maybe paired with a wave, it just feels kind and approachable.
So, my next question is for you is that how do teachers say bye bye to students?
Yeah, teachers usually keep it warm and encouraging, something like bye class, have a great day, or see you tomorrow. They often add a bit of positivity so students leave with a nice sense of closure and care.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that how do parent teaches children to say bye bye?
Yeah, absolutely. Parents often teach children by using a soft, simple phrase like say bye bye with a wave, so kids associate it with a friendly, reassuring goodbye.
My next question is for you is that can bye bye be used in business meetings?
I'd be cautious with that. In business meetings, it's usually better to stick with something more formal, like thank you or goodbye, just to keep the tone professional. Bye bye might come off as too casual in that context.
Okay, that's a great answer. So, ChatGPT, tell me that what is a polite way to speak bye bye?
Yeah, a polite way would be something like goodbye, take care, or I look forward to seeing you again. You keep it calm, nice, and respectful, so it leaves a good impression.
That's a great answer. So, my next question is for you is that how do you say bye bye in a formal speech?
Yeah, in a formal speech, you'd probably say something like, thank you all for your time, and I wish you all the best. Goodbye. Keep it respectful, clear, and give it a sense of closure.
Okay, can you tell me that can bye bye show respect?
Yeah, it can. In casual settings, it keeps things short and sweet, but if you want to keep it polite or more formal, you can always expand a bit, like adding take care or talk to you soon.
That's a great answer. So, ChatGPT, can you explain the question? What are some funny ways to say bye bye?
Ah, sure. So funny ways might be things like catch you on the flip side or smell you later, or even a playful toodles. These add a bit of humor or whimsy, keeping the goodbye lighthearted.
Okay, nice. So, my next question is for you is that how do people say bye bye at airport?
Yeah, at airports, it's often a bit more emotional or thoughtful. People might say goodbye, safe travels, or I'll miss you. Sometimes there's a hug or a wave, especially if it's a longer trip, so it tends to carry more meaning.
So, ChatGPT, can you tell me that what is the difference between bye bye and goodbye?
Yeah, so bye bye is more casual and playful, often used in informal or familiar settings, especially with kids. Goodbye, on the other hand, is a bit more formal and neutral, so it fits better in professional or serious contexts.
Okay, great. So my next question is for you: is that can bye bye be used in writing stories?
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
Sorry, guys, I have some network issue. So let's restart it. So ChatGPT, can you tell me that why do we replay goodbye moment in our minds?
Ah, that's a really thoughtful question. I think we replay goodbye moments because they often carry a lot of emotional weight. There's a sense of finality, uncertainty, or even nostalgia. And sometimes our brains just latch on to those pivotal moments, trying to make sense of them or find closure.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that how do travelers deal with constant goodbyes?
Yeah, that's a big one for travelers. I think a lot of them develop a kind of resilience. They know that each goodbye is part of a bigger journey, so they focus on staying present, making memories in the moment, and keeping in touch with people they meet along the way. It's kind of a balance between being open to new connections and also accepting the temporary nature of them.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is for you: is that why do goodbyes feels heavy sometimes?
Yeah, goodbyes can definitely feel heavy because they often represent a real change, like a chapter closing. There's a mix of loss, maybe uncertainty about the future, and sometimes just the weight of all the shared moments or emotions tied up in that parting. So it's more than just a simple word, it carries a lot of meaning.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that can a goodbye break a heart?
Yeah, it really can. A goodbye can be a turning point, especially if it's tied to a relationship or a dream you're leaving behind. It's not always about a dramatic break, but it can create that emotional space where you realize things are changing, and sometimes that's really hard to process.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that how do friends reconnect after bye bye?
Yeah, that's really tough, and it happens in different ways. Some friends naturally drift apart because of distance or changing life paths. Others stay close through effort, like calls, messages, or visits. But sometimes, even if you both care, life just takes you in different directions. And that goodbye kind of marks that shift.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that is goodbye always the end of relationship?
That's a great point. No, goodbye isn't always the end. Sometimes it's just a pause or a change in how the relationship looks. It might go quiet for a while, but then rekindle later. Other times it's a new kind of connection, even if it's not the same as before. So goodbyes can just be a different kind of beginning too.
So ChatGPT, can you tell me that why does life forces us to say bye bye?
That's such a profound question. I think life nudges us toward goodbyes because it's always moving and changing. People move, circumstances shift, and we grow. Goodbyes kind of remind us that nothing stays static. And even though they're hard, they're a part of how we evolve and find new paths.
Okay, great. So my next question is for you: is that how do you say bye bye to the past?
That's a really personal one. I think saying goodbye to the past often means acknowledging it without being stuck in it, like letting yourself feel the lessons or the nostalgia, but also choosing to step forward. It's often a gradual process through reflection, maybe forgiveness, and then a conscious decision to move toward what's next.
Okay, that's a great answer. So ChatGPT, can you tell me that how uh, do you say goodbye to the past, and why do endings create growth?
Yeah, so saying goodbye to the past often involves acceptance. You let yourself recognize what was, feel the emotions tied to it, and then choose to let it be a chapter that shaped you, not something that holds you back. And endings, they create growth because even though they can be painful, they clear space. Space for new beginnings, new lessons, and a different version of yourself that couldn't emerge until that old chapter ended.
Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that why do new chapters begin after bye bye?
Yeah, it's like a natural reset. After a goodbye, there's this emptiness or openness that creates space for something new. Once you let go of what was, you're not bound by it anymore. So you have this fresh chance to explore, grow, and write a new part of your story that maybe wouldn't have been possible otherwise.
Okay, so my next question is for you: is that can goodbye bring freedom?
Absolutely, it can. Saying goodbye sometimes frees us from old patterns, expectations, or even just the weight of staying stuck. When we let go of something that no longer serves us, we often find a sense of lightness, like a weight lifting, and that can be really liberating.
So can you tell me that can goodbye help growth self?
Yeah, definitely. When we say goodbye, it often forces us to step out of our comfort zones.
We reflect, we let go of what we outgrew, and in that space, we grow stronger, more self aware, and often more open to new possibilities. So, in a way, goodbyes can be a catalyst for real personal growth.
Okay, so my next question is for you is that can bye bye teaches acceptance?
Yeah, it really can. Saying goodbye often nudges us to accept that some things are out of our control, that change is part of life. And in that acceptance, we find peace. It's like a gentle acknowledgement that even though we part ways, we still hold the lessons or love that was shared.
So ChatGPT, this is my last question for you. Is every goodbye actually a new hello?
I love that thought. Yeah, in a way, it really is. Every goodbye leaves a door open to a new hello, whether it's a new person in your life, a fresh opportunity, or even a new part of yourself that you discover. So, in that sense, every ending is really just a beginning in disguise.
Okay, ChatGPT, how did you find my questions and did you enjoy our conversation? Also, how was your experience talking with me on the bye bye topic?
I really enjoyed it. Your questions were really thoughtful, and the topic gave us a lot of space to reflect. I think the whole goodbye theme is so rich, and it was really nice to explore it with you. So, yeah, it was a really meaningful conversation for me.
Okay, thank you. So, guys, this was my ChatGPT. I hope you like it, and I hope you like the topic. Bye bye. So, see you in the next video. Pakistan Zindabad.